Hi, I'm Lauren, and this is the Ritual Club. This is a quiet space I made for anyone who's ever needed a breather, somewhere to slow down, sip something warm, and let yourself just be for a minute, you know. No pressure. No pressure to have anything figured out. No big revelations are required. Just a soft space for you to land. I started this because for a long time, I kept trying to find peace in the loudest places. I thought growth had to be hard to count, that healing had to hurt to be real. But honestly, that's left me worn out. I wanted something a bit more simple, something that felt like catching up with an old friend on a slow morning with your hands maybe wrapped around a warm mug, maybe a little music playing in the background, just letting the conversation kind of wander wherever it goes. That's what this is. A ritual of some sorts, maybe of checking in, of noticing what's here and maybe seeing it a bit more clearly. So wherever you're tuning in from, maybe lying down in your bed or walking through your neighborhood, I'm really glad you're here. Today, and honestly the last week, I've been feeling like I've been in pain. But it got me thinking, is this growing pains? What kind of pain is this? And it got me thinking, what's the difference between the discomfort of maybe growth and the pain that I think comes with enduring? I remember this night in New York, particularly my first time in New York, and I was at a beautiful hotel. I was in Midtown, and the city was so alive, it was buzzing around me. But I hadn't really explored any of it. Why? Why? And I think it was because I felt so uncomfortable being alone, doing things alone. But something in me, for some reason, wanted to change it that night. So I made a deal with myself. I said, Lauren, just walk to that little Italian spot, sit at the bar, and just be. No phone, no pretending to scroll, just me. And it sounds so simple, but even the walk there felt like a mission. I sat down, I ordered a glass of vino, and I tried to breathe through what I felt like was just so much awkwardness. I kept reminding myself, nobody cares that you're alone. But, when you're by yourself, sometimes it feels awkward to even just be looking around, because when you don't have your phone to protect you, what do you do with your eyes? But just as I started to settle in finally, someone sat next to me, and it was a guy who was clearly drunk, but it instantly made me feel uncomfortable. My body tensed up and my stomach dropped, and it was like all the bravery that I finally built up was dissolved. He was bothering me and he could barely make words. I didn't know what to do. And so I looked at this host and I mouthed, "Help me. Like, please help me." And the girl, probably around my age, walks over like a floating angel. Oh. And I whispered, just pretend to talk to me. And we fake chat for a minute or two. And, I'm like, "What's the special again?" And then suddenly we're real chatting, and I'm learning her name and where she's from and how she came to New York and what her plans are. And, as we're talking, I look over and I realized the guy finally left. And I ended up actually spending the whole night with her and some of the other staff members. And, they let me stay after close and we shared stories. We played music. And eventually she looks at me and she's like, "Do you want to go dancing next door?" And we danced next door until late, a little bit too late. It turned into one of those really magical, unexpected nights. It's the kind you don't get when you avoid discomfort. And it taught me something that I've been sitting with kind of ever since. I thought about how being alone at dinner would be painful, but it was just unfamiliar. And on the other side of that discomfort and awkwardness was connection. That was discomfort stretching into something new, not pain. Pain came at a different part, a different season of my life that, it comes in a way that doesn't feel like, "Oh, this is stretching me," kind of way. It comes in a place of, "This is slowly breaking me down." I was in a relationship that slowly but surely chipped away at me. And little by little, I was disappearing. And I kept telling myself, this must be what growth feels like. Like I had to prove something. That's not growth. No, baby girl. That was not growth. That was survival. And I had to end up bringing the lesson to the pain just to make sense of it. And that's not where I bloomed. That's where I endured. For a long time, I confused the two feelings because they feel so similar. Both can make your stomach twist. Both can feel like your throat is tightening up. Both can bring a lot of tears. But here's what I'm learning is pain is a signal. A wound, it's your body, your spirit saying something's wrong. You're not safe. Protect me. Pain demands that we act, that we set a boundary, we leave, we get help. Pain asks us to survive. Discomfort brings the lesson to you. It says, this is new, this is stretchy, it's weird and kind of awkward, but you're gonna be okay. Think of discomfort kind of like walking barefoot across the cool grass, right when summer hits. It's strange, it's tingly, a little chilly maybe, but it's not threatening. Your senses light up and you're alive in that moment. It's not dangerous, it's just unfamiliar. Similar to when you go to a class alone for the first time, or you're introducing yourself to a friend, a newfound friend. Maybe it's like putting your art out into the world. Just unfamiliar. So, if you're here with me now, I'd love for you to grab your tea, your coffee, whatever you're sipping, and pause. Close your eyes for a second. Feel into your body. Is there any tension, any flutter or tightness? And if there is, ask it gently. Are you pain trying to protect me? Or are you discomfort asking me to grow? Let your body answer that before your brain does. Pain might feel sharp or heavy, like a weight on your chest. Discomfort is more of like a little hum, a little restless maybe, but not dangerous. That's where the gold is. So if you're in pain right now, like really in it, you don't have to extract any meaning from it today. You don't have to turn it into a lesson. You're allowed to just be in it. And you're allowed to leave what's hurting you. Even if you once called it home, even if people don't understand, that's not weakness, that's courage. And you don't have to do it alone. Reach out, call a friend, message somebody, or just sit with me for a while. You know, this space will always be a soft place to land. And a reminder that you are never too much. You are never too lost. And it is never too late to begin again. Discomfort is a soul stretch. It might feel clumsy, like trying on a new version of yourself for the first time. But it won't break you. It invites you to stay curious, to breathe a little deeper, to let go of that grip just a little bit, to choose presence over perfection. I love this quote because I love music, and it goes like this: jazz is like life. It doesn't matter how well you rehearse. There's always something you didn't expect. You have to be able to respond to it with grace. And I think that's what discomfort teaches us. To respond to the unknown with grace, with open hands, arms. So next time you feel that twist in your stomach, ask it gently, are you pain or are you discomfort? Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to grow from a place of suffering. I want to grow from a place of freedom, of truth, of trust. Maybe that's where the real magic happens, you know? Not when we force the lesson, but when the lesson finds us. Anyways, thanks for being here with me. I am so glad you came, just even for a little bit. Now I want to say thank you. I'm Lauren. Cue the jazz music.